All right, we are coming at you live from the Radnor Haverford swim meet.
Henry Himmons Natatorium. First meet of the new year, I'm assuming. Girls, boys, super excited after 10 days of nothing but lots of practice and lots of carbohydrates. They get to race a bit.
Yeah, the Christmas break is infamous among swimmers for just having the hardest practices. All right, let's jump into the race here. Looks like the women's 200 medley relay. Looks like we're on the butterfly leg now. Over to your right screen there, on the right side of the screen, Julia Cullen in lane 4 for Radnor, coming off the wall now. Julia, a familiar face among the swimming community, doing very well in her 50 fly for the medley relay.
Absolutely. So those watching at home, count lanes from the bottom. Radnor will be in 2, 4, and 6. Haverford will be in 1, 3, and 5. Relays top 3 places score 8, 4, 2. So Radnor looks to be off to a nice start. This is a highly anticipated meet. My sources told me it's going to be a close one.
That's what I heard too, Mr. Packer. It's going to be very, very close. So we'll hope to put on a good show, try and capture the best we can.
A little bit of a chance for third place here, lane 2 versus 5. First to Radnor, second and third to Haverford.
That looks not bad. We'll come back at you with the men's 200-yard medley relay. All right, coming back at you with the men's 200-yard medley relay. Radnor is going to be in 2, 4, and 6. Haverford's going to be in 1, 3, and 5. Looks like Tom Robinson stacked up his A relay. They're trying to definitely drive in that first place spot. Let's see what happens. Patrick Cullen swimming in the backstroke. That's interesting.
So that would be brother of Julia?
That would be brother of Julia, cousin to me.
There you go.
And
freshman or?
Sophomore. He's a sophomore now. Yeah, Patrick Cullen made his swimming debut last year for Radnor. Did really, really well in the freestyle. Yeah, exactly. Looks like it's a very tight backstroke lap right here. Haverford in their A relay in lane 3, just ahead of Patrick and Andrew Davis as they come in towards the first handoff. Looks like James Eldiri in lane 4, Jake Channinson perhaps in lane 2. Let's see what happens now. Eldiri going to be instrumental in this first half of the meet at least. He's got the medley relay right now. Probably will swim the 2 free, maybe, and then probably the 100 or the 200 IM. James is a jack of all trades. He's still behind Haverford though.
He's also feeling a little pressure here from lane 5.
Oh, absolutely. Right behind their heels here. Let's see if Ethan Kai and Radnor in lane 4 can make up some lost ground here. He's just nipping at the heels of the Haverford man in front of him. Good turn. Looks like Ethan's made up some ground there. Will it be enough for Greg the Swamp Monster Gianello? I wonder if we can bring it home. Ryan Tagg up in lane 2. Looks like lane 4. Oh yeah, baby. Let's see what's going on.
It could be over by the turn.
I hope so. Hopefully we have a good turn here by Greg. They're both off the wall at the same time. Greg Gianello comes off in front just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Greg Gianello's ahead. And it looks like Greg Gianello's going to come in. First place for Radnor with a 139.76. Let's take a look at the scoreboard there.
Haverford with a second and third.
Second and third clinch by Haverford. That's going to help them a lot. Radnor's going to take 4, but as you said, Mr. Packer, only 1 through 3 places with relays. We'll come back at you with the women's 200-yard freestyle. All right, welcome back to the women's 200 freestyle flat event, the first individual event of the night. Looks like Sasha Smolyansky's in lane 4.
So Scott just mentioned relays are top 3 score 8, 4, and 2. The individual events top 5 score 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I love that 5 score in winter swimming. It means that 5th versus 6th battle can be just as important as the 1st versus 2nd or 3rd versus 4th. All 6 lanes are live.
Exactly, all 6 lanes are live, and I love that. That 1 point can make or break a difference, especially like close meets like this one. Sasha Smolyansky, though, after her first 50, seems to be leading the pack by at least, I'd say, a half a body length.
Good start there for Sasha.
But that's just what it is, though. That's just the start. It's a long race. We're almost at the halfway point. I always like to say the 200, you either know how to swim it or you don't. It's a very delicate race.
I always like to say, and you really can't know how to swim it until you swim it wrong a couple of times. And usually that means you have to take it out too fast, hang on for dear life, and realize that was a really bad idea.
Really bad idea. That was always my strategy. Just take it out as fast as you can and just hope you can hold on. But it looks like Sasha's doing a pretty good job, though. If we look in lane 3, Haverford's catching up a little bit. But Sasha's still holding that half a body length to a body length lead.
Looking here, we have one of those nice races that we were just talking about. Lane 2 versus 5, really tight. Right now, Radnor barely hanging on. But lane 6 also nipping at the heels of lane 5.
That's exactly what we want in a race like this.
And if you look, I see all 3 coaches going bonkers here. They
absolutely
know how much it matters.
Absolutely coming now into the last 25. Sasha Smolyansky still ahead. Looking at Radnor in lane 2, just ahead of lane 5 for Haverford. Hopefully Radnor girls can make some magic happen here. Sasha Smolyansky's got to hold on to the last 5 yards of the race, and just the most important. Sasha's going to take the win. Haverford's going to get second. Radnor's going to take the 3rd place win.
First, third, and fourth, right?
Yeah, that looks like she didn't hit the touchpad hard enough in lane 1, so don't pay attention to that. Yeah, that's a pad issue. We'll come back at you with the men's 200 freestyle event. All right, here we go. Men's 200 freestyle event. Lane 2. That's not Andrew Davis. Will Cosgrove. All right, so it looks like we switched lane 2 and lane 6. Andrew Davis is in lane 6 in the blue suit. Nick Majensky in lane 2. And then Will Cosgrave's in lane 4, being the A spot for Radnor.
Would that be sibling of Amanda Davis?
Yes, it is.
Amanda Davis,
neighbor to Scott Suzanne as well.
Wow,
That's just a small world, yeah. All right, first turn here, all even Stevens.
Wow.
That's great. Yeah. Look, watch lane 3 there for Haverford. He's gonna be the one to beat.
He's got a long, smooth stroke. It's funny,
Yeah,
they call the 200 sometimes a controlled sprint, and he certainly doesn't look sprinted.
He's certainly controlling it though,
now.
whatever he's doing. Judging by the
little early speed here in lane 2, though.
Oh, hopefully Nick Majensky, sophomore
speed in
lane
lane
2 he's just gonna boogie. I think he's just gonna try and take it out. Maybe I've seen this tactic before. They'll try and have lane 3 focus more on lane 2, expend some of that energy, make him a little bit tired. But Nick could just be having a good race. Let's get back into
lane 3, starting to stretch it out just a little bit.
Lane 3, he's stretching it out. Will Cosgrave in lane 4. He's keeping pace with lane 5 very well though, which is great.
I think what we need to look at now is 4, 5, and 6.
Absolutely. I think let Haverford have 1. Let's try and get a 2-3 for Radnor here. I think that would definitely help us out. All right, jumping back into the race here. Looks like Nick Majensky's doing well for Radnor. Lane 4 we have Will Cosgrave, and then in lane 6 is Andrew Davis.
It's one of those outside lane races we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely, but it looks like they're in front of Haverford in lane 5. Looks like all 3 Radnor swimmers are. Haverford in lane 1 still trailing a little bit behind the pack here. Majensky and Cosgrave doing really well. Grabbing a 2-3 spot. Absolutely beautiful turn. We need to have Andrew Davis stay in front of lane 5 though. Let's see what happens. We're going to go to the scoreboard. Cosgrave's going to take 2. Oh, we might have a defaultive touchpad in lane 2 here. That's the second time in a row. All right, we'll come right back at you with the women's 200 individual medley. We'll see you in a bit. All right, lane 2 we have Grace Wakayama. Lane 4 Julia Cullen.
Lane 6 Samantha Lee.
Samantha Lee in lane 6. Okay. Didn't think Julia Cullen was going to swim the 2 IM, but I guess we're going to find out. Yeah. It's interesting. Never seen Julia Cullen swim the 200 IM in a dual meet before. All right, here we go.
I think they're confident in her result. I'm looking at 5 fast skins in Julia Cullen.
And Julia Cullen. Yeah, look at.
Obviously, we all know what the butterfly ladder looks like here.
Julia Cullen's been doing a lot of different events, though. She just recently started swimming more distance-related events, from what I understand, in some USA meets. So it looks like she's just been trying to change it up. Butterfly's taking no impact though, from what I can tell. She's leading the pack fairly easily. Pop off the floor
a long succession of announcers behind the microphones have always said the 200 IM is mostly about the breaststroke.
That's exactly right. I mean,
even if you're not a butterflyer, you're fully fresh, you're diving off the block, and you can figure out how to fake a 50.
Exactly.
After 100 yards, it's not so easy to fake a 50 abreast.
Well, breaststroke's such a technical sport too. It's all from the legs with a little bit of efficiency from the arms, and it's, you know, it's really just a technical stroke. Julie Cullen, though, really expanded her lead here, though. Looks like we're getting a low battery warning. Hopefully we can hang on for the rest of this race, yeah.
So Grace Wakayama in lane 2, a little bit of a breaststroker, right?
She's absolutely a breaststroker. Hopefully we can see some power now from Grace. Julie Cullen leading. Looks like Radnor's in doing a pretty good job. Wakayama there, yeah. We have a really even race now besides the leader. Wakayama now making a move off the wall now, tied up with the leaders. Co-leaders from Haverford.
Looks like we're going to have 2, 3, and 4.
Looks like we're going to have a great race again.
I'm liking Grace's look here in the breaststroke.
Okay, welcome back to Radnor High School. 5th round of diving right now. Apologize again for the technical difficulties we had a little bit earlier in the swim meet, but we are back. Brand new battery. Anyway, this is Annika's 5th dive from Radnor. Let's see what she's got. Beautiful dive. Let's see what the judges think. 5 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6. Great job, Annika. Okay, next dive coming up here, round 5. Could be a similar dive that we saw to Annika's, maybe. Nope. Nice inward dive though. Let's see what the judges think. 4 1/2, 4 1/2, 5. Nice job. Okay, back to Natasha. Natasha's 5th dive. Nice inward flip. Let's see what the judges think. 5, 4 1/2, and 5. Nice job. Okay, Hagar's 5th dive. We should see a back dive in the somersault position. James Eldery popping in for a quick hello. I didn't get him in that time, though. Nice job.
That would be the straight position.
That looked great. Yeah. That was 6, 5, and 5 1/2. Nice job, Hagar. Okay, coming into the last round of diving now. Adjusting that fulcrum. Beautiful dive. Let's see what the judges think. 4 1/2, 4 1/2, and 4. All right. Looking for a back dive in the straight position.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Okay, let's see what the judges think. 5, 4, and 4 1/2. All right, last dive here.
She was flying.
Beautiful dive. Let's see what the judges have to say about that. Waiting on the judges. What, did she fail?
Yep.
Okay, move on. All right, Hager's last dive.
Back dive with 1 somersault, 1.5 twist.
Ooh, interesting. A back somersault with 1.5
What I like to
twist.
call the flippy twisty dive.
The flippy twisty dive.
Yes, he did.
Usually see these last couple of rounds.
Coming over.
All right, let's see what the judges think. 4.5, 5, 4.5. Nice job, Hagar. All right, welcome back to the 100-yard butterfly for the women. So, second half of the meet. Sarah Goncher in lane 2. Lane 4, Julia Cullen. And Ella Fulton in lane 6.
So for those paying attention at home, we are now broadcasting from above the skyboxes here at the Henry Hemmings Natatorium.
Yep, we were relocated to find a power outlet so we can have our battery charged.
Radnor girls with a nice 2-3 finish in the diving to stake the team to a 12-point lead going into the 100 butterfly with one of our strongest swimmers, Julia Cullen, in the water here. Hopefully starting off the back half of this meet with a really nice swim here in the 100 fly.
Yeah, they're really lucky here to have Julia Cullen in such a good spot where she is right now. Here we go, first 50. Julia splits at 27.57. Ella Fulton in lane 6. Look at the top of your screen there, lane 6. Outside smoke. The crowd's going crazy for Ella Fulton. She's a freshman, from what I'm being told. Julia Cullen now just running away with it right now. Ella Fulton
Really close down here in 1, 2, and 3. Though.
1, 2, and 3. We got a race. See if you can keep an eye on 1, 2, and 3 and keep up at lane 6 occasionally for freshman Ella Fulton. Julia Cullen's going to win handsomely with a 58.24. Let's take a look at the scoreboards now as everyone starts to come in. Haverford's going to take a second place, 103.62. Radnor with a 3 and Radnor with a 5. Nice job, girls. We'll be back for the men's 100-yard butterfly. Nick Majensky's in lane 2 for Radnor. Ethan Kai in lane 4. I don't know who that is in lane 6, but he looks like a freshman.
Did not hear.
Did not hear, yeah, but he looks like he's a freshman. New face.
If you see the scoreboard in the background, you'll see that the Haverford boys went 1, 2, 4 in diving, picking up, I think, 10 points there.
They sure did.
So we now have a 1-point spread for the boys going into the back half of the meet.
1-point spread is going to be very close now. The girls are up by quite a little bit, though, about 12 points still after diving. Boys only up by 1. Ethan Kai in lane 4. He's going to have to make something happen now.
I think we can tell the kids know just based on the back of the far end of the pool here with the cheering. That's some pom-poms, I see.
Absolutely. Looks like everyone realizes how close this meet's going to be. Wow, look at those first 50 splits. 25s all around. Ethan Kai and Haverford in lane 3 are neck and neck. Nick Majensky in lane 2. This is going to be coming down to the wire here, folks. Ethan Kai is out in front just a little bit.
Lane 3 hit the wall a bit.
You think so?
Lane 5 is coming on.
We're going to go to the scoreboards now as they start coming in. Ethan Kai's going to get the win. It's a 53.90. Look how fast that race is.
Wow.
Ethan Kai takes home the first place with a 53.99. Nick Majensky in lane 2, 55.00.
First and third, that picks up a point.
Yeah, that's great, actually.
First and third picks up a point. We'll go 9-7 with the 1-3.
1-0, yeah, exactly. All right, we'll be right back with the girls' 100-yard freestyle.
Emily's not going to swim because of her shoulders.
All right, here we are. We're back with the Duffy's in lane 4. All right, got some new faces here that I do not recognize.
Brooksy Perrin Heath. She might have even swum for the Evil Empire over there, kind of strong for the last couple of years.
Well, you know what?
We'll take it.
It's never too late to make the right choice. We'll just leave it at that. It's never too late.
That is so eloquently said, Scott. I can tell you are a Radnor graduate. I can tell you are a Radnor graduate.
You're just
okay, here we go.
All right.
5 of them hit the wall together.
100 free has always been a great race because it's just at the end of that sprinting range. You always feel very fast when you're swimming it, not like the 200 you kind of die off there.
We'll see right now, Scott, because we had 4 of them hit the wall within 5 tenths of a second. So it's a matter of who had something left in the tank.
Oh, that's why it's always great. Coming into the last wall now, looks like Anna Duffy's in lane 4 trying to hold off most of Haverford's team there.
Look at 1-3.
Oh boy, this could go.
This could be problematic.
This could be problematic for the girls.
Come on, Anna.
You just need her to get 3rd. Getting 3rd would be great. We'll take 2nd place though. Great swim by Anna Duffy, 56-26.
Very nice finish to sneak in there.
Fantastic. That'll save Radnor a couple points. So we'll come back at you with the men's 100-yard freestyle. All right, coming back at you at the men's 100-yard freestyle. Ryan Take's going to be in lane 2. Looks like Greg Gianella in lane 4. And Derek Chettle in lane 6. All right, boys. Here we go.
Let's go seniors.
Are they all seniors? Oh, they're all seniors. That's awesome. I kind of feel like I have a better angle here than I did down at the press box. Waiting on the starter here. All right, here we go.
So Gianella with a blazing 50 in the flat start. Did the research, and the word was he went sub-21 on that medley relay that you and I were talking about.
That was fantastic.
So let's look for a really quick 100 out of him.
I hope so, man. He looks really strong now. Greg Gianella in lane 4, leading the pack by a good amount. Half a body length. We have that nice pyramid seating like you usually see at the Olympics, but you can clearly tell who the leaders are in this race. Split a 22-62. We're going to see a fast time out of Greg Gianella if he can hold on.
And the boys up 3 going into this. Every single race down.
Every point counts.
Just in the middle of the pool, but lanes 1 and 6.
All right, here we go. Looking at the sides now. Ryan Tagg in lane 2 trying to catch up to the Haverford swimmer in lane 5. Derek Chettle also trying to take down the same Haverford swimmer. Let's take a look now at the scoreboards. Greg Gianella is going to go 47-32. Ryan Tagg with the 5th place, and Derek Chettle with the 4th place. 1, 4, and 5. Not bad for Radnor.
That wins the race 9-7.
That wins the race. That's all we need. So we'll be back at you with the 500 freestyle in just a little bit. All right, coming back at you. Yeah, that's Mrs. Meyer's daughters in lane 6. And the Dietz in lane 4. Zoe Metzger in lane 6. Waiting on the starter. Just waiting for the counters to get into position here. Going to take a look at the Radnor side of the pool there. Everyone is out and ready to support these women as they swim the 500. Just taking a look around the pool here. There are the counters. Got some fans back here. It's looking great.
I always feel compelled, Scott, to say we have 2 of the finest high schools in all of the state of Pennsylvania here, but let's make sure we had a kid to help count to 20, huh?
That's all we need. I know I had trouble doing it. You get so invested, you lose count.
You absolutely, it's amazing. People that have never swum the event or don't think about it lose count. If you're in a practice scenario, you can figure out where you are by looking at the clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no clocks around here,
But
though.
during a meet, if there's not a running clock, you can get lost with where you are.
Absolutely. That's why I usually just look to see who finishes first, and then that's when I know to stop.
See, I typically would have been lapped. So for me, after somebody stops, it's how many more laps do I have?
All right, here we go. The longest event today, the 500. 20 laps. Absolutely here. The first lap's always just so smooth.
So it also serves as an interesting buffer between the first part after diving and then the end of the meet. Right, if you think about it, every kid's allowed to swim 4 events total. They can either swim 2 individuals and 2 relays, or 3 relays and 1 individual. They cannot swim more than 2 individuals. But the coaches do know that there's a nice 12 to 13 minute gap in here between the boys and the girls swimming the 500. So you could load up and swim a bunch of events on the back of the meet with the 500 between them.
You could load up that 200 freestyle relay right after this,
Right,
and have someone swim the 100 free, or however you want, but this is a very nice break for swimmers. The only thing they don't get though is a warm up or warm down.
Correct.
So they're just sitting, letting that lactic acid build up.
To prove just how old I am, you just mentioned the 200 free relay. There was a time in high school swimming where that was not on the agenda. It just went straight from the 500 to the 100 back. I don't know exactly when they brought it in, but it used to be 2 relays, not 3.
That's crazy. That would certainly have changed a lot of meets, because you really stack up with those points.
Correct. It changed the strategy a little bit. It changed how you would do your lineup with that 3rd relay and the extra points you can get in an 8-4-2 relay.
It's a beautiful sport, isn't it? It's so much more than just touching the wall before the other person does. It's beautiful.
So beautiful, Scott. They talked me out of retirement. For those of you watching at home, you're not watching a bad episode of whatever that new television program Timeless in. I jumped in a time machine and I came back to put the announcer's hat back on, inspired by the Olympics and inspired by what was to be a great Haverford Radnor meet, and it's still shaping up to be a pretty good one.
So while we're watching the 500 here, let's do a quick peek at the scoreboard there. As you can see, the women are up top, the men are just down below. Radnor's going to be the numbers on the left side of your screen. Haverford's going to be the right side, so the women are up at 10 points, 60 to 50, and the men are up only by 5, 57 to 52.
The magic number we calculated, put it in the Cray supercomputer, checked it with Scott, who's currently enrolled in an accredited college, and we think the magic number today is 93.
93.
Normally 93 points would get you a tie, but there were not 5 competitors in the diving.
That's right.
So diving points were only awarded for 1st through 4th, so we think that it takes a half point less to win the meet today than it normally does.
That's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how this 500 shakes out.
Yes, and Scott and I are desperately hoping it doesn't come down to that so that nobody checks our math.
I hope not, because, well, I probably would have gotten something wrong. Well, let's check back in with our swimmers here. Looks like Radnor's still in the lead. Hardy lead there, coming into the wall now. 7 laps left. I just told my math has been wrong, so we'll just hang in there. That's why we have our accountants in the back crunching the numbers, just to give us on-air talent a little bit of a backup, just in case we make a mistake. Love the technique of the swimmers. You know, you don't see a whole lot of splashing in their legs. It's all arm work, nice and long strokes. It's really fantastic. So we are going to take a little bit of a break. We will come back at the end of the race and let you know what's going on, and we will catch you in a little bit. All right, we're hopping right back into the 500.
Really nice 2 versus 5 race. Coach Gordon going bonkers over there on the sideline.
Here we go. Yep, we're zooming right in on. We'll let the leaders finish up.
Looks like Haverford was playing a little bit of Sally Save up there.
A little sleeper cell, yeah, exactly.
We had some gas in the tank out there on lane 5, so we'll see. Just 25 yards to go.
All right, here we go. We need a good turn here from lane 2. Pretty decent, I'm not going to lie. Down by about a half a body length. Radnor's going to finish with the 1st place.
But I think they're only going to get...
I think that's all we're going to get, though. Coming into the scoreboards now, we'll take a look up. Haverford is going to finish. Radnor's going to go 1, 5, and 6. That's going to be interesting.
4-3-2, you lose by 2 points. That's a 9-7 swing for Haverford. They get nice 6 for that. We're 4-3 and 2.
Yep. So they'll still be up. They're still up, and we'll come back at you when the men swim their 500-yard freestyle event. All right, hopping right back into the men's 500-yard freestyle event. Looks like lane 2 we have Andrew Davis.
Lane 4, Will Cosgrove.
Lane 4, Will Cosgrove. And Hornbaker in lane 6.
certificate that whole time 121 200 with an inch difference.
Just waiting on the starter. All right, and we're off. Will Cosgrave actually swam the 200 against the same.
Is this the same
This
kid?
is the same. This is the same kid.
We talked about that being a very effortless 149 200. So
Well, you can see now it looks like he's actually taking this. This is out. This is definitely going faster. You can see the little splashes in his legs. Something you almost never see. He's going for some sort of time where he's just going to try and.
well, as you said, you can always try to mess with the two guys on either side of you, see if you can get them to gas themselves a little early or get out of their rhythm to help the swimmers.
I hope so, because it looks like lane 5 Haverford's just going to hang on with Cosgrave. Maybe lane 3 is just trying to bait him out. You know,
It's an interesting race. As the boys go into this 5 up.
this is definitely a instrumental, very important race regardless. And after the first 100, I went.
500 is also one of those very rare events where if you have a couple of races left to swim and you really understand the race and your own ability to swim the race, you can swim for a place as opposed to just swimming your fastest. If your job is to get second, obviously this Haverford swimmer is a beautiful swimmer. It's unlikely that anyone's going to beat him.
Probably not.
You know, so maybe you just figure out how to make sure you get second.
The key is definitely staying ahead of lane 5, though. You're absolutely right. Whatever happens, lane 5 cannot finish before lane 4 or 2.
Gotta say, I got a little bit of the butterflies here.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm,
Just watching him absolutely just tear up here. You can see the pack is sort of right here. We're going to scan down the pool a little bit. There's the leader. A good, decent 5 to 10 yards away. Yeah, in terms of 5 versus 6, Haverford seems to have that locked up as well. So it's really coming down to lanes 2 and 4 against 1 and 3. Not 1 and 3, 5 and 3. Not even 5, not even 3. I don't even know. It's really 2 and 4 against.
Yeah. Over 200 yards in, so we'll see.
So he just repped out a 152 at the leader. A minute 52, not bad for the first 200. All right, looks like we have Will Cosgrave pulling away from the pack a little bit. Now it seems to be a 2v5 lane 2. Andrew Davis, you're right. Andrew Davis is in lane 2. Against lane 5.
The 500 runs in the family. I think I remember watching Amanda Davis swim. No, I'm getting shaken off here by the Radnor girls alumnus telling me that Amanda never swam the 500.
Now, unfortunately, Andrew Davis is a little bit vertically challenged, if you catch my drift, so hopefully it doesn't come down to a reach. We'll just film the whole race because I got power and well, this is an exciting. It's a race, exactly. So it looks like our leader here from Haverford is no trouble staying ahead of everybody else.
This 2.5 though is shaking up.
This is the race right here, 2.5 exactly. See if we can focus in on this. Andrew's just a little bit behind him, coming into the wall about the same time though. We're really going to need our turns here to be exceptional. All right, Andrew Davis now falling a little bit behind.
Scott, we have your Aunt Beth on her feet trying to bring Andrew Davis.
Here we go. We'll look at the.
Once you get parents on their feet and coaches really getting into it,
absolutely. That's what you need.
That's a sign that it's a big race and it's an important point.
Exactly. Looking back at the water now, Andrew Davis is still just a little bit behind.
Plenty of time left.
Plenty of time left. Yeah. Sure. About I don't know, minute and a half maybe. Minute and a half so for something to happen. Plenty of time in a swimmer's mind.
This big sister can't even watch. She's walking away.
I don't know if I can watch this, but it's my job. All right, looks like Haverford now is pulling away. Andrew Davis is going to need to make something happen with these last 3 laps. Come on, Andrew Davis.
We're looking at a full-on 454, 452-ish 500 free here in a regular dual meet. That's a nice swim.
Let's check the record board, see how that stacks up.
The problem with the record board is they now have central leads here.
Yeah.
So, the pool records are now very fast. So this is a really nice dual meet 500.
So he'll come in at a 5:52 or a 4:52. That's not bad. That's a very fast time.
Looks like, unfortunately, Haverford's going to manage to also get the third spot.
Yeah, that's going to be.
And the fifth spot.
That's going to be a shame. That's going to hurt. But you know, Radnor's strong suit has always been in the sprints. I believe in the process. I trust the process. I trust Tom Robinson.
Thank you, Sam Hickey. Because I think that after this race, we could be looking at a 1-point difference. I think we could be looking at a 1-point Radnor lead at the conclusion of this race.
It just puts a little pressure on it. That's okay. It just makes it interesting. Well, we will be back with the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. We'll see you in a bit.
That's all right, jumping right back into the action here. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard though before we start this relay. Men are only up 63 to 62. Women have a little bit more of a sizable 8-point lead against Haverford. Men have got to make something happen with this relay. Anyway, women's 200-yard freestyle relay. What was that?
I was going to say, now's also the time of the meet. We're getting deep enough into the meet where some of the kids will have started to swim their last event. I think I see Julia Cullen on the block, so that'll be her 4th swim in the day, which will conclude her session. Just trying to think a little bit forward to the meet-ending 400 free relay. It's not, and who you have left.
Well, also
let's worry about what's in front of us, which is this one.
And this is also, getting towards the end of the meet, so swimmers actually just start to get tired.
Yes.
High school kids, they've had a long day at school probably. People are going to get tired. We're going to see a change of power here. I could assume so.
And again, this is one of those where you should really focus a little bit on that battle for 2nd versus 3rd.
Absolutely. Because it looks like Radnor's just nipping at the heels. Oh no, I got blanked
right now.
Haverford's nipping at the heels of Radnor. But Radnor in lane 2 versus Haverford lane 5, we said it once, we'll say it probably 100 more times. That's where the real meet's going to be. I mean, look at this. Look at the battle for 1st and 2nd, though. Very close. Might expand a little bit. But we're looking really here at lanes 2 and lane 5.
Absolutely.
Radnor seems just to be barely holding their own against Haverford. Coming into the last leg here.
Billy Jordan bouncing. All right, looks like Julia will comfortably bring home a victory.
Yeah, definitely comfortable.
I'm really liking their position here for 3rd. 1st and 3rd would pick up a nice 6-point swing here in the girls' relay.
That would just about do it. That would put them in a very comfortable spot. But let's see. That's it. Radnor gets 1st place. Let's check the scoreboard as Radnor takes home a 1st and 3rd victory. Yes, indeed. Nice swim all the way around.
That's a fast dual meet relay.
140, 141, absolutely. 140 point is fantastic.
That's a fast dual meet
fast
relay. That's 4:25.5.
So we'll be back with the men's 200-yard freestyle relay in just a minute.
All right, coming back at you with the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Just a quick reminder, we are only up by 1 point here. It looks like, interesting. I don't see any of Radnor's star 50 swimmers. I don't see Cullen, I don't see Gianella.
I think they're holding back for the
I think
4x1.
they're holding back for the 4x1. I think we're going to try and make this a repeat of the 2011 Haverford Radnor swim meet where it came down to the last relay. What a relay that was, man. I remember watching that from the sidelines. Oof.
Jay wiping out.
I do remember that as well. Absolute silence now on the pool deck. Waiting for the officials. I don't know what's being discussed. Just absolute silence. Some deliberation between coaches and officials. Perhaps we'll just take a 5-minute break and we'll be back with the start of the race. Apologies for the inconvenience. All right, here we go. Coming right back at you with the action. Wow. So, just to catch everybody up on the points back at home, the Radnor women's 200-yard freestyle relay was disqualified by a false start. Now the women are only up by 2 points to Haverford. That was interesting. Anyway.
I'm angry.
So the boys are going into the water 1 point up. They have their hands full too here. So it looks like Haverford has maybe loaded up their 4x50 here.
It looks like it. 2 relays left though in the meet. There's this one, and then there's the 4x100 at the very end. All right, here we go. We're looking at a first place battle here. And
A little bit of separation across the board.
a little bit of
1, 2, 3,
separation.
4.
We'll keep an eye on the first 4, maybe. Try and keep them all in frame at the same time. Who's going to be the anchor now? Derek Chettle in lane 4 is going to be the anchor for the Radnor men's. There he goes.
Has he got monster 50 in him?
We're going to find out.
We saw this straight on Haverford swimmer in the 50, and he's got a pretty quick 50.
He's pretty quick, absolutely. But I think that we were discussing that maybe Coach Tom Robinson, he might be saving up for a later down the line.
Well, I think we'll need it because it looks like Haverford's going to go 1-3 here, picking up 6 points in this event, so flopping it from a
1 point
winning by 1 to a 5-point deficit.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Wow.
Fast relays, fast swims. We'll come back at you with the girls' 100-yard backstroke. We have Tiffany Chow in lane 2, Sasha Smoliansky, and fresh face in lane 6. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, it's picking up here. You can feel the energy. People are starting to get nervous. Sasha Smoliansky, lane 4, middle of your screen there. Lots of feet touch at the same time.
I'm focusing mostly on 2 and 6 here.
Yeah.
Got a couple of nice head-to-head races, 65, 2 and 1. Sasha comfortably in the lead at the turn.
Comfortably so we could shift our attention to the other lanes. Looking at 1 versus 2, 5 versus 6, and you can really see Haverford is banking on a win here. Or some, maybe like a 2-3. Radnor needs something here, absolutely.
Need a big finish for lane 5. Excuse me, by lane 2. Big finish by lane 2.
They're looking for a big...
Lane 6.
Lane 1 is ahead of lane 2, though.
Yeah, but I'm looking at 2 versus 5. I'm focused more on 2 versus 5. Oh. So Haverford goes 2, 3, 4. Again, that'll pick up a couple of points. That will actually pick up 2 points. The girls will win with a 100-yard breaststroke tie.
Wow, okay, so let's see. We'll be right back with the men's 100-yard backstroke. All right, here we go. Patrick Cullen in lane 4. And we're looking for a win from Patrick Cullen. Hopefully Patrick Cullen can bring out a win here. That would absolutely help us.
I know we're watching the boys, but I can't get over just looking up at the board seeing the women at 78-78.
It's going to be a close meet, no matter how you spin it.
We need some big swims out of the boys here as well.
Patrick Cullen in lane 3. Patrick Cullen and the swimmer in lane 3. They're just neck and neck. Wow. This is going to be close. Patrick Cullen just down 0.3 of a second to lane 3. Oh boy, this is going to be a big turn here. Oh, we're looking at lane 2 versus lane 5 now. Hopefully he's got enough left in the tank.
We needed 150 yards, so Haverford's going to go 1-3.
1-3.
This one matters. 1-3-5.
Wow. That is shocking. We're going to need some big swims out of the breaststroke. Let's take a look and we come right back. Coming right back with the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Lane 2, we have Julia Lunger.
Tied at 78.
4, Grace Wakiyama. We're looking at the scoreboard right now. It's tied 78 a pop.
Last individual event, and then we'll go to the free relay after this, obviously with the boys in between. I always like to say there must be a rack practice tonight. I see the next generation of swimmers walking into the pool.
Oh,
absolutely. A great high school meet with quality rifle and ceiling lane 4.
This is great. Grace Wakayama, she had a great year last year with her 100-yard breaststroke. Looking to do the same thing today. Staying out ahead of the pack, that's really what you want to see. We're looking for Julia Lunger to beat lane 1 and hopefully lane 5. It's going to be a challenge though as they come into the last 50.
Grace's position here.
Grace has a good position, and now Julia can just work her way up to number 3.
This is a big deal here against lane 1 and lane 5.
She can't get 5th. We don't want her to get 5th. We don't want her to get 5th here. Looking at lanes 1, 2, and 5 on your screen right now. Lunger seems to be a little bit behind. Hopefully she can stretch it out. No, she's fine. Going right towards the boards.
Second, third, and 4.
That's
Second, third, and 4th will actually give Haverford a lead going into the final relay by 2 points.
wow. That's interesting. All right, we'll be right back with the men's 100-yard breaststroke. All right, lane 2, we have Ryan Tegg. Lane 4, we have James L. Deary. And lane 6, Jake Chenenson. This is a big one.
This is a big one. We're going to hark back to the many, many years ago where Radnor went 1, 2, 3 in this event to set themselves up for the final relay. But they certainly need to close the gap. They need to win this race.
We certainly need to win this race. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully James L. Deary can pull something out of his hat. Looking for good turns here. Nice underwaters. Strong breaststroke, but
3 and 5. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying they've got 3 guys out front.
wow, this is amazing to watch. Such speed coming out of Haverford in lane 3. James L. Deary right on his heels though. Coming into the second half here. This is when wheels might fall off the wagon.
4 guys under 30 taking it out. That's good.
That just means that it's going to be a good race. Win or lose, this is a good race. James L. Deary,
There we go.
a little bit behind. Coming down to the last 25. El Deary hoping to get second place. He's going to get third. And that's going to hurt Radnor's chances. But relays are worth more points.
Actually put Haverford at the magic number of 93 going into the final relay. If my math is right. As we focus on the girls, we'll take a look in a second when they update the board. As we focus on the girls, the situation is pretty simple. The girls must win this final relay. Depending on if they win, if they get second or third, they win the meet. If they get first and first only, we will have a tie.
Ooh, that would be interesting. What happens in a tie?
You shake hands and you say, we tie.
That's it? Wow, no.
I'm like you, I'd like to have a 25 swim off.
Just,
put
yeah.
the names in the hat and let them have a 25 swim off.
Just let them
there
fight it out.
There can be ties.
That's interesting.
And the way it is right now, the Haverford girls have a 2-point lead. Relays are scored 8-4-2. So Radnor needs those 8 points. 93 was the magic number that we talked about, gets you to a tie or better. Not for the boys because there aren't enough points. So the girls need a win for the tie. First and first alone is a tie. First and second or first and third is a win. Let's go, Radnor.
Bottom line is we need a win here.
We need a win.
We need a Radnor Raiders win here.
A win means a tie or a victory. Here we go.
This is great. This is what you live for. Oh boy. And look, could you look at that? First lap, all neck and neck.
Get it started.
A little bit of that pyramid seating like we saw a little bit earlier in the meet. Lanes 3 and 4 up out in front.
I like Coach Gordon's reaction. He's already bouncing.
We're looking good.
I noticed my daughter has migrated to the deck to cheer the team on, coming back as a graduate years out. I noticed Katie Poulos working the deck now.
Katie Poulos, yep, she just showed up. All right, here we go. Looks like Radnor is in the lead. Pretty sizably, I might add. But Haverford's got 2 and 3 on lockdown at this point. But like we said, all we want is a win.
Especially in the 4x100, there's always time to catch up. A little bit harder in the 4x50. Yeah. From the 4x1, you can have huge swings.
Yeah, I'm going to back out a little bit, see if we can get these top 4 lanes on the screen here. Because it looks like lane 2's catching up to lane 5. Slowly,
just a little bit.
Slowly but surely, you know. I mean, like you said, it's a long race, long relay. A lot can happen.
Even 3 and 4 might be getting just a touch tighter.
Definitely, it's definitely getting close.
Scott is both videoing, announcing, and watching his Aunt Beth go bonkers immediately to his left.
I'm trying so hard not to scream into the microphone here because I think, well, that would just...
It would be nothing but an honor to the venerable Michael Cox to scream and cheer into the microphone. Here we go, leg 3.
Here we go. Grace Wakayama off the block right now in lane 4 for Radnor. Only reason I know that is from her very colorful tech suit. Nice purple and blue tone there. Zooming back out to show 5 and 2, looks like Haverford has the upper hand here with lane 5 in the lead by about 5 yards.
Mostly focused on the middle of the pool, and I hate to say going for the tie, but there's an element here of...
Oh boy.
Oh baby.
Haverford is totally caught up to Radnor at this point.
Oh, I like Grace's stamina. If you look, she picks up about a half a body length swimming and gives up just a teeny bit of it on the turn. Watch this. Get up.
Wow. Wow. That is some great swimming right there. We're coming down neck and neck.
4 laps for the victory, which would tie the meet. We'll get an early read on what we think. Coach Gordon looks happy.
I think so. Yeah, he's skipping down the deck right now.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it.
Yeah, nice turn there.
Get up.
There it is.
Lane 2 is actually recovering. I just don't know if they have enough pool left to chase down lane 5.
3 laps.
Coach Gordon is focusing on it a lot.
Coach Gordon really is.
He thinks he's got a shot.
Stu thinks he's got a shot. Gordon thinks he's got a shot.
Come on, 2.
But what matters is
lane 4.
Lane 4 is comfortably in the lead.
Giving lane 4 the win. Here we go.
This
lane 2.
Is it going to be a win or is it going to be a tie? Let's see.
Oh, she has a chance.
Oh boy, here we go. Last turn.
Get up.
Get up. Get moving. Oh boy.
Oh my!
Haverford still in the lead though.
8 yards too short.
Wow.
What a great race. And if our math is correct, that's a tie.
That's a tie. It's not a loss.
93-93. A spectacular victory for the Radnor girls in lane 4. A spectacular effort by the Radnor girls in lane 2. And I think when we add it all up, it'll be a 93-93 victory on the board.
I agree. I think that's a great swim all around by the women. We'll be right back with the men's 400-yard freestyle relay. Okay, we are back with the Radnor men's 400-yard freestyle. Score right now is 77-94. Haverford is winning. At this point, this race might even be futile. It might even be over at this point. Judging by our math, we said that 93 was the lucky number there, so you're taking a look. The women are going to tie 93-93. Great swim by them. Radnor boys, I think it's too little too late.
Yes, we know that the Radnor boys, even with the first and second, would only get to 89, and that would leave Haverford at 96. But, you know, there are things like Central Leagues on the schedule. There are things like silvers, district cuts. It's always fun to beat a team that you might see somewhere down the road.
Oh, absolutely.
Just to make sure that you can remind them that you beat them. So good opportunity for the Radnor boys here to see if they can swim a nice relay.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really nice to see the individual accomplishments as we get closer to districts and centrals, and that's where we can see a lot of hype and pressure, and these dual meets are mainly just, you know.
And I think, I assume the kids still do Wilkes-Barre?
Yes, sir.
So would that be a week from Saturday? Are they 8 days away from that?
They are. They must be getting ready to start their little rest, little mini taper.
One of my favorite swim meets of all time, Scott, the Wilkes-Barre meet.
I'd probably like that more than districts and centrals.
Prelims and finals, super fast pull, music playing when the kids come out. There's a small enough group of teams that go that you almost get to know the kids from the other teams over the 4 years you go there.
The same crowd all 4 years, or in my case only 2 years, but even still, it's a great meet. Everybody has a great time, parents.
Some days you wake up with the cold sweats from the Northern Allegheny clap that is just so rhythmic.
Oh gosh.
Wow. I think I just hit a nerve there with my cameraman.
North Allegheny, they hold a special place in my heart. Or, you know.
I do know. The black and yellow comes out of Wilkes-Barre, but as I said,
it's just for fun. It's just a fun meet.
It's one of those meets, I think, here, if we're looking at the Haverford, especially on the girls' side. I think the girls probably talk about it, you know, for a long time. Remember the time we tied.
Absolutely. That's just something that you'll go down in history. And I'm pretty sure tonight will go down in history for Haverford. Their win is just as important as their loss was to us 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes the pieces just don't fall in the right way.
It's funny, I've had daughters that swam for the program, and I had daughters that won the meet, if you will, on the last race against Haverford. I had daughters on a team that lost the meet on the last race against Haverford. Never had seen a tie on the last race of the meet, but hey, that's why you swim them.
Exactly.
And Scott, I'd like to go back to something you and I said multiple times before diving. Every race counts. Every lane, 1 versus 6, 2 versus 5, 3 versus 4, or anybody from Radnor versus, you just never know. So everybody needs to go home tonight knowing they gave it their all. That's 1 point could have made a difference.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the swimmers on the pool deck, they're exhausted. You can tell that everybody gave their best effort, their best swims, even if it might not have been the best time.
The best time, right. But
it's the effort that really matters.
If you're a coach, you get to use this little motivational tool to talk to them about those lanes 5 and 6. So the Haverford boys or the Radnor boys with a nice eked out a victory there, first place. Haverford coming in second, and Radnor will get
the third as well.
So first and third for Radnor and Mini.
Great swims all around, great meet. We want to thank everybody for their participation.
We still have lane 1 and 6.
Still have 1 and 6 still duking it out. Absolutely. It's a great meet all around. The score. It's a great meet. Always fun commentating with Mr. Packer. He brings his great knowledge to the sport and
Scott,
the sport of diving.
Fun.
It was a great meet.
I think if we do the debriefing and we watch the film of us on film, we're going to realize that I was cheering a little bit during the girls 4x100.
Oh, absolutely. I was right there with you because it would have been nice for Radnor to get the win, but at least they didn't get the loss. And that's the thing that matters.
You know what? It was fun. It was great swim meet. I always say that if I'm going to come out, I want to be entertained. I want to see a great athletic contest. I did.
That was it.
So my hat's off to the Haverford girls, the Radnor girls, the Haverford boys, the Radnor boys. Thanks officials for making a great meet. Scott, great seeing you.
Thanks,
and good
Mr.
luck
Packer.
in your last semester.
Thank you, sir. And thanks everybody at home for tuning in. We'll see you next time.